Imagine if I'm a qi master and I said, a punch I make, the energy, the qi released from my punch could break a rock. That is exaggerating superstitious.
Qi, a concept that has flowed through Chinese civilization for thousands of years, is the cornerstone of traditional Chinese medicine. It is the measure of a true martial arts master's inner depth. But it doesn't stop there. The brush strokes of a calligraphy master carry their own artist qi. A fully handmade Yixing teapot holds the artisan's craftsman's qi. Even the flowers, glass, pushing through the soil in early spring are brimming with the fresh qi of a renewal spring. So, what the qi actually is?
Hello viewers, I'm Guanzheng. Today we're gonna go through the qi. There are now two mainstream ways to explain qi. One view sees qi as a dynamic, functional energy within the human body, an invisible force that flows continuously, driving all movement and transformation. It warms you, it moves your blood, it defends you against illness, and it animates every breath and heartbeat.
Think about why yoga, Pilates, even Tai Chi, they all focus so much on the inhale and exhale, the movement of breathing, and why after these exercises you feel mentally relaxed yet physically energized. I believe they are all training the qi, the inner energy that drives the body's vitality. Each practice emphasizes the breath in order to make qi flow more smoothly and continuously through the body, filling us with life force.
Imagine the feeling you get when a beautiful film or some art piece deeply resonates with you. That, in Chinese view, is the moment when your hidden natural qi is resonating. And imagine standing in a foreign land, looking up at the moon, and suddenly you are overwhelmed by the memory of homes, of childhood, of the longing you can't quite name. That feeling is also when qi is flowing. The West may call all these things oxygen, glucose, dopamine, measurable, chemical, precise. But from the Chinese perspective, all of it, the resonance, the longing, the rush of life is simply qi. So that's the first view of qi.
The other view is that the ancient Chinese saw qi as the most fundamental and basic substance of this world. The primordial stuff that creates everything includes both organic and inorganic matter. All of them are condensed qi. The ancients believed that the universe began with a primordial chaotic qi, and from this chaos, heaven and earth took form. Then, the qi of heaven and earth gave birth to mountains and oceans, and mountains and oceans' qi gave birth to all living things, from the earliest insects and fish to the largest creature today.
Their core idea was this: 气聚则生，气散则死. When qi gathers, form appears. When qi disperses, form dissolves. So at this level, qi is the most basic, fundamental, the first things that creates everything in this world. At this point, for ancient Chinese, death was not a complete annihilation. It was simply qi changing its address. Think of a withered tree leaf falling in autumn. It doesn't truly vanish. Its vital qi returns to the tree trunk, storing up energy for the new growth that will unfold next spring. But after all, whether we talk about the inner vital energy of a human body or the first substance that creates everything in this world, in my opinion, energy, substance, both views are correct, but neither are complete. I don't think we can define qi using an exist concept in this world, because qi itself is a concept.
"2,500 years ago, there was an old sage in China. He worked his whole life in an ancient library, reading every classic books. He never intended to leave a trace in this world. All he wanted was to ride a green ox into the mountains and banish into quiet seclusion. But the frontier god pleaded with him to leave his wisdom behind. Pressed by circumstance, he dictated 5,000 characters, the Tao Te Ching. That book went on to shape the core of much of Chinese culture, the Chinese medicine, the Taoism. And the very first line of that book is an apology. He says, 道可道, 非常道. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. Confused? That's exactly his point. Because Tao has layers of meaning that words can fully capture. If it could be explained clearly in one sentence, it wouldn't be the real Tao. But to help us understand a little better, we could put it in this way. If wisdom could be perfectly explained, then it is not the eternal wisdom.
It is perhaps the most honest, cute, even the most cunning opening in the history. I don't think he was meant to teach us anything. He was helping us to unload everything we have ever learned. The wisdom that can be told is not the eternal wisdom. With this sentence, he gently closed the door on all theology, philosophy, all the conclusion we cling to.
Take an example. Learning is an abstract and a diverse concept, but most people believe learning means going to school and getting knowledge from books. Yet few realize that when a child plays in the dirt and observing the movement of earthworms, that is learning too. When an old man sitting in meditation grabs a deep life wisdom among the serenity, that is also learning. Imagine if we wretchedly and narrowly define learning only as absorbing information from textbooks. The world would be overrun with nerds. So the point is not to define what learning exactly is. The point is, how do you flow with the true nature of learning? It nourishes you, completes you, or it traps you. And what's the true nature of learning? Curiosity? Discipline? A diploma? You can't quite pin it down. That's elusiveness. That is Tao. If we put a slightly clear label, we can call it the Tao of learning. But of course, Tao goes far beyond learning alone. We will go deeper into that another day.
Now back to the topic. You will notice that qi and Tao share surprising resemblance. Neither can be precisely defined, yet both are existed among our daily life. If you say it is profound, it is even impossible to explain how qi exactly work. But if you say it is simple, every mist, every cloud we see every day, each breath we take, even each feeling we have, they are all qi. So here's my take. Qi is both substance and energy, yet neither fully capture it. Qi itself is a distinct concept, just as Tao. So if this concept is so diverse and abstract, how the Chinese people apply it into something that could help the human being?
The most common and practical application of qi was in traditional Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine sees the body as a flowing field of different qi. The 5 major organs are not just anatomical names. There are 5 functional patterns of qi. Heart qi governs blood circulation. Lung qi governs the movement of absorbing and releasing the external qi. Liver qi keeps everything moving smoothly by detoxing. Spleen qi governs the transformation of food into vital qi. Kidney qi governs the storage of the essence qi. More importantly, these forms of qi interact and refine each other. Lung qi can affect kidney qi can affect the liver qi. Chinese medicine views the body as one integrated whole. Stomach pain, this might not be a stomach problem at all. When emotions are pent up, liver qi becomes stuck, unable to flow freely. It backs up and directly invades the stomach. In this case, treating the stomach only addresses the symptom. Soothing the liver is the real cure.
This is also the secret behind Zhenju, the Chinese acupuncture, which many find is mysterious. Acupuncture is not about randomly inserting needles. It is about accessing specific points to restore the balanced and smooth flow of qi throughout the body. Another fascinating way that Chinese ancient applied qi was the Chinese Bazi astrology. They reasoned, if all things in the world are formed by qi, then human beings are also formed by qi. And if we are formed by qi, our destiny might also be influenced by the qi that shapes us.
So they imagined dividing the innate qi that makes a person into 5 fundamental types, the famous 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. By mapping how these 5 forms of qi flow in a person, whether they move smoothly or are blocked, you might glimpse the path of that person's destiny. And over centuries of observation and the gradual accumulation of case after case, they thought, could all this experience be organized into a practical, rule-based system that helps people flow with the current life rather than fight against it? That is why some truly skilled traditional Chinese doctors don't just look at symptoms, they also analyze patients' birth chart from a metaphysical perspective, seeking the most complete solution.
They believe that while fate might seem random, yet it follows a discernible pattern. And if you want to find those patterns, you can find the pattern of qi that shapes human itself. But at the same time, there are always those who take up the contents and spin them into grand, attention-seeking claims. Self-proclaimed qi master pop up all the time, claiming they can move objects with their qi, teleport things with their mind, or levitate. Unfortunately, not a single one has ever stood up to scrutiny. They call this supernatural ability qi, but they are quite simply tricks. If such powers were real, we wouldn't need even plants or trees. Why bother when you can simply move things with your qi? Imagine if I'm a qi master and I said, a punch I make, the energy, the qi released from my punch could break a rock. That is exaggerating, superstitious. Yet, when channeled through proper imagination and reason, qi can blossom into magnificent work of literature. Think of Jin Yong's martial arts novels, where master deals with profound internal qi energy in breathtaking battles, or in Naruto, where qi is envisioned as chakra, evolving into all kinds of interesting ninjas. So, beautiful viewers, if you haven't made it this far, I believe a little spark of curiosity toward to Chinese culture has lightened in your heart. Even though this channel is talk about Yixing, Teapot and tea culture, but what woven through them are all these core ideas of Chinese wisdom. I will be weaving through these core ideas into my regular videos of teapots and tea. So, why don't feel free to join this channel and explore this mysterious, interesting wisdom with me?